Because you say they out here woke. You know Izzy part of the community, right? So it's safe to say that you ain't gonna be in the nail salon with Izzy getting French tips before the fight. It's safe to say that, huh?
I don't like the French, bro.
So you faced a Magomedov and you shut him down. What is the trick to stopping these Dagestani wrestlers?
I actually believe I have a theory. I think it's Joe versus fucking Bo, bro. I will fucking smash that kid, dude.
Oh!
What if they have Khamzat in the chamber for the White House card?
That boy on the terrorist list. He can't come over here.
Oh. You can't take pictures with certain people and then be fighting on the White House card, bro.
Oh, now we can get deep.
Is Dana a nice guy?
I don't have no comment. I think that's not true. I'll give a comment. I think he's...
I would say this because, I work for the same company. But at the end of the day, Dana, why are there no American champions right now? Like,
all right, the reason I think it is, and shit, might get canceled. It is what it is, though. I think...
Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back, man. Overdogs Podcast, Platinum, Buck, and Mac Malley in the house, man. We about to talk about the first UFC fight in the last 6 weeks. So everybody's been waiting for that. And we got a good guest on the horn today. We'll get to that later, man. For now...
Well, we have Ilia returns April.
That was the breaking news is Ilia's returning to fight between April and June. April, May, June. Who knows? How do you guys think he does against... Arman or the winner of Gaethje versus Pimblett?
I mean, before we get started, we got to talk about his first win, right? In court, right? So, you know what I mean? Hey, that boy undefeated still. He's still undefeated, right? So he coming out, man, and I'm sure that's going to give him a lot of stress-free, you know what I'm saying, in his mind, right? Knowing that first situation that he got is under control. That's why you see him out here chirping out that he ready to come back in June, I believe that he said, right? And looking to make some big noise, right? Because he did win knockout of the year, if I'm not mistaken, for 2025.
He says he's going to have it this year, too.
Yeah, exactly, right? So with that being said, he got a lot of good, picks, right? Arman, Gaethje, Paddy. Depending on who wins this fight that's coming up pretty soon, this upcoming weekend, I would love to see Ilia running with the winner. And when it says like styles makes fight, I believe that all their styles, whether you're talking about Justin Gaethje or whether you talk about Paddy or Arman, I believe that, Ilia Topuria is a good matchup for all those guys, and it'll be very exciting to see him matched up with any three of them. So, I'm excited.
Ilia's career has been really reminiscent of Conor McGregor's. A lot of people have said it online. He's done a lot of things like exactly the same. And going from 45 champ to 55 champ. And, you would think back in the day, a smaller weight class, you got a smaller guy. The way people used to think about fighting. And there's so many weight classes in boxing. They're more spread out in MMA. And, I don't know. I think guys like Arman is a little bigger and stronger than Ilia is going to be, but Ilia might have some speed and put the hands on him. I think they're all good matchups, and we do have to pick on the Gaethje and Pimblett matchup. That's coming. That's right around the corner, so we're going to get to that. But, Ilia coming back, it's all good things. Can't wait to see another
100%
fights. I just feel bad for whoever he's getting in there against next because... think of like the Anthony Smith, like you tried to take my family. Imagine looking at Ilia and him being like, they tried to take my kids. She tried to take my kids. Like, bro, fuck that, dude. Now, I will say this, though. What do you guys think? As much as Arman is making this giant push on socials, everything, like he's one of the most popular fighters in the UFC right now. Like with all this streaming and all these podcasts he's been on.
Yeah.
But you can't put him next, though. But you can't put him next unless someone in the Gaethje and Paddy fight gets hurt. It's for an interim title. What the fuck's that for, though? If that winner's not getting the next title, it's got to be him unless Paddy or Gaethje gets hurt.
No, they said Michael Chandler was going to weigh in for next weekend fight. The UFC didn't ask him to, but he just wanted to feel like he was involved.
I don't even know why Chandler wasting his time, big fella. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Because both of them already whooped on Chandler. Let's keep it real. And the only person that should have done that is Arman, right? Like, Arman respectfully should be, like, in placement and waiting. But I just believe he's not going to do that because, you know, he's the type of fighter that, you know, he needs as much preparation as possible. So when he does get that shot or when he does get that opportunity, right, he want everything on his side. So that's the only reason why I don't see Arman, you know, taking on that responsibility, right, on being like that last, you know, that last minute guy, right, just in case anything happened to kind of save the card, which is unfortunate, right, because a lot of people wanted to see Arman in this situation in the first place to fight for the interim, right, but he done blew his back out playing with Nina, you know, and Dana was like, look, bro, you know what I'm saying, when you miss out, you gonna have to work your way back. Right? Yeah. You're gonna have to work your way back, you know what I'm saying, in that position. And with all that
Dan Hooker, dude. Like loose cannon, you gotta be careful with Arman. Yeah, but I think he understands that now.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, he got slowed down again from headbutting his last opponent at the
Dan Hooker,
face-off.
yeah.
But like, you know, it's such a fine line in this game because if he doesn't do that, people don't focus in on it as much. And because he does that, he has to take like the necessary lashes. He's chilling though, cool as a, you know, he's cool-headed. And he's going around doing the media tour. He's having fun with everything. His food videos are I'm jealous a little bit. He's just got mounds of caviar and he's just big croissants or whatever.
Well, you heard Arman talking about, look, bro, I can call my daddy right now, ask him for about $500K just to get a brand new car, right? So Arman, like, he not in a position where he's waiting or let's say not just waiting, but where he is pressured to fight, right? Yeah, a lot of guys, they're pressured to fight and have to take the opportunities necessary. He ain't got to do that, right? So he living good, he living his life, and he said once his opportunity comes to fight for the belt, he'll take it, you know?
Do you guys think that makes him less or more dangerous? Because he's not like as hungry as most fighters.
That's not true. It depends. He's hungry in the fact that he don't gotta do it. So the fact that he'll train to be his best self and go in the ring and show like, yeah, I'm rich, but you know, I'm Batman low key. You know what I mean? Batman was rich. You know what I mean?
Right. So you got to realize Arman has the ability to afford all different type of trainers, right? Has the resources to get all the type of different food, right, and supplements to put in his body, and also with the recovery, right? So he can afford all these things where a lot of fighters they can't. And you already know, Mike, like, you know, we beat up our body in the gym every single day, and that's one of the hardest things to do is to kind of afford the ability, right, for that recovery, right? Whether that's deep tissue massages, whether that's the cryo tank, you know, whether that's, you know, whatever, just doing anything that you need to do in order to be at the best top shape as possible. But when you got some bread and like you said, you got a whole system behind you, it's not that hard. So Arman actually should be a bigger threat to a lot of guys in the division because he gets to solely focus on pretty much the passion, right?
Easily said. I mean, I could see him becoming a champion, but I guess there's a couple guys there that you could kind of have that argument with, is Ilia and the Paddy, Pimblett, and Gaethje fight. I mean, before we guess that fight, we do have some watch and react that people like when we watch these funny videos. We want to share them with the fans. So let's do this watch and react, and then we'll do some predictions before our guest comes on.
Nah, go. Come on. I've been filming fights outside the club. Man.
Okay. Is that the comedian? Yeah, that is the preacher.
He's kind of famous.
Yeah. Yeah, light work. Light work.
What I say? He's letting me on got a map.
It's like, is this like a real confrontation? Like, what's going on here? Like, are they playing? Ooh, that was nice.
He already got your back.
Duck under? Okay. Ooh, with the mouth. A little ground and pound. Okay. Yeah, that's the comedian, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Crazy celebrity be out there just grappling with the fans.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm throwing punches. I ain't grappling. Don't try to grapple me. I'm finna uppercut you if you get close enough.
Right. As soon as I knock you out, I'm digging in your pockets because we don't do this for free. I gotta know what you got.
Pull guard on asphalt.
Nah, that's a dope video. Who do Buddy train with? The comedian, who he train with?
Yeah, what's his name? It's on the notes.
Dang, I know they call him Preacher though.
A Preacher Lawson.
There we go.
Preacher
Yeah,
Lawson out here schooling them.
Man, you heard me taking them to church. You heard me? Send them to the king. Send them to the king.
Right. Don't mess with him, man. Don't mess with Preacher Lawson, man. He'll take you down out here on the concrete. The power of the Lord.
Oh, you heard me?
Take you down.
Hear me? Let me lay these hands on you, big fella, right? We'll baptize somebody with this.
What else we got? We got one more. Now, are we waiting for Joe before we talk about Buck's history with him?
I think we should do the history and then run it.
Yeah. Give us a rundown from your side.
Yeah, and then we go straight into it. 100%.
Because apparently there's a video of Buck's history with Joe.
It's just a nice little video. It's a nice little video. But the story different, though. It's still going to be good, though. It's still going to plug in.
Let's do predictions with Joe here. And let's do we have one more watch and react? We had, would you let a woman
That's
ref
what
your
I was
fight?
saying.
Yeah,
All
because
right,
if this is the video I'm thinking of, this is pretty funny.
We got one more watch and react.
I think this chick was reffing her ex-boyfriend or something, dude.
I'm on dry January, dude.
I don't know
What?
what that is.
Dry January.
Here we go.
I haven't drank in 20 days.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to go on February 1st and just start drinking, though. I gotta like.
You got to ease back in there a little bit.
I don't know if I'm gonna.
Are you going hard with it? Like, I know you
Yeah.
ain't just start with a bruise. I know you just going straight with a shot.
February 1st, I'm going in.
I say,
Here we go. We got a MMA fight
right,
here.
little triangle. Okay.
Full triangle.
Little rampage style. Let's go.
Oh.
That boy out. He gone. Dang. Okay.
Oh, she was giving her man a chance.
He good. He good. Oh no, he sleep. No, he sleep. Ah.
That's her ex-boyfriend, bro. That is her.
Hold on, let me see that slam again.
Hey, they got the right
Ooh.
sponsor.
You see how he cupped the neck?
They got the right endorsement on the clock.
She's so calm with it. That's why, she just calm with it. Like, yeah, he's like, thank God. But he just laid there like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I mean, look, I ain't mad at it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not mad at it. She gave that boy all opportunity to get back into the fight. She pulled a Herb Dean. That's a Herb Dean move right there.
Yeah, it's not egregious.
I mean, she's like, I don't want to stop it too soon, and then he get mad at me.
Yup.
I'm gonna give him a chance.
A little funny. Yeah.
Coming
But that
from
was a
me,
beautiful
my wife
slam.
always corners me, and boy, I tell you,
She still corner you, fam?
Oh, she has for the last 10 fights.
Dang.
She's in the corner of every
So she
fight.
experienced now.
Oh, for real. She got high level experience for sure.
You
And
got credentials.
well, I'll tell you, the night before, and maybe I don't know, the day of's a little different, but the night before, boy, she can make me mad, and I'll be like, I gotta keep this in my pocket. Pull that bitch out in the fight. Get mad.
Yo, right there doing the fight. That's 100 right there. Hell no. Yeah. That slam was crazy, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know what I mean? But I mean, like, would y'all let somebody, well, Mike, would you let somebody referee you if she was a female? Would you care about that?
No, I'm trying to think, because there's some around the national circuit. There's some female referees.
Camila Albuquerque, I think was her name. She used to ref UFC fights in Brazil.
I don't know if I've had a female before in my fight. I ain't tripping on that. That my opponent better trip on that. Better trip out.
I knock you out, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna give her a little wink. Let me
As
get
a man, you
more in.
can't get beat up in front of a woman, let alone bringing your wife in the corner. You know, I try to go hard. You know, my wife was in the corner for that Jake Paul fight. Maybe we had a tough couple weeks, man.
Yeah, I feel like opinions might change if she's like an absolute smoke show. Like if she's like a dime piece, bro. Like I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know. Does that change your opinion at all?
You saw it with my dime. I brought her in the ring, and it was like,
She's not a ref, though. She's not a ref. Like you said, you want to get beat up in front of some hot chick, dude. Like, I don't know.
Dudes get beat up in front of ring girls all the time.
Right,
That's true, but they're also not the ones sitting there like, damn, you okay? This fight's over. Like,
Right. Hey, look, I'd rather Don Peace be hugging on me than Jason Herzog. I remember, hey, bro, I still remember that to this day. I was so pissed off when Chris Curtis knocked my ass out, right? You know what I'm saying? But I told people, I was like, that really wasn't what I was mad about. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I seen the photo of Jason Herzog just hold me like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I got to look at that. I'm like, this nigga hold me like, Romeo and Juliet. Like, bro, nah, that ain't cool, bro. You know what I mean? So I'd rather bad girls be, you know what I'm saying, referee to fight. Because if I'm getting scared like that, you know what I'm saying, I feel a little better about that. I ain't gonna lie. I feel a little better.
That's fair. I like that.
Tough experience, man. That's all it is.
It is.
All right, before we let Joe in, should we let Buck run this down real quick? Give us the synopsis real quick. Yeah.
All right, bet. Should I look into the camera or should I just keep talking to y'all?
However.
All right.
The camera's always good.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna do the camera then. Hey, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest season than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is almost around the corner, this also means your last chance to get into the football action before the next season. So close the season out right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in your lineup when you play your first $5 lineup.
So I've been playing Prize Picks recently, and I don't know what took me so long. It's a daily fantasy app, and it's simple. You just build an entry by picking players and choosing more or less on their player projections.
My favorite thing about Prize Picks is we able to stack on different sports in the same entry. You can mix in for football, basketball, any sport, and root for all of them at the same time.
And they've got early payouts too. If your player starts hot, you've got the option to cash out even before the game finishes. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code OVERDOG to get $50 off your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It pays to be right.
All right, y'all. So we got a great guest that's coming up on the Overdogs Podcast, right? But before we get into who he is, right, let me tell y'all a little quick story. So back when I fought in Vegas in the UFC, you already know I beat Razak Al-Hassan, right? And y'all know my situation with him, going back and forth, him calling me bitch-ass Buckley and everything of that nature. So I had to pull up on my man. He actually was selling merch at the time, selling T-shirts, was pretty dope. So I had ran up to him. I was like, bro, let me get one of them shirts real quick, you know what I mean? And I hope, the money going good because I need 10%, right? But as I'm talking to him, I'm like, hey, who you got up next in your fight? And he tells me, right? He says, man, I'm fighting this dude named Joe Pyfer. And when he said that name, I'm like, oh, bro, you talking about the dude that Dana introduced? You talking about like Be Like Pyfer? Be Like Pyfer, that dude? He was like, yeah, I'm fighting him. I was like, man, how you really feel about Dana, giving him all this love, giving him all these flowers, right? And to fight like him. Like, we don't knock people out too, you know what I mean? Razak got good knockouts, I got good knockouts, you know what I mean? But Dana didn't talk about us like that, right? So I felt some type of way. So as we engaged in the conversation, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, I ain't trying to be like Pyfer, Guess who walked in the room? Boom, there's Joe, right? So as Joe come in, he like, bro, y'all keep talking. And see, the thing I love about Joe, he's always about that action. He's never fearful of anybody that's in the room. And I told him, I said, hey, look, that's just how I feel, right? When Dana giving you all this love and giving you the compliments about being like you, I was like, I feel like I bring that same energy. And he told me, hey, man, I ain't got really much to do about that, right? Hey, the boss said, be like me, so that's all y'all got to do. Just try to be like me. And as we speaking, my man said, hey, you know what else, though? I said, what's up? He said, I'm going to take that bonus from you too, Buck. I said, Dad, hold on. I said, they got enough to give. Why you gonna try to take my bonus for? He said, I'm gonna take it this Saturday night. So crazy enough, I got a knockout over Andre Fiallo, right? I mean, I'm talking about knock my man head off to the bleachers, And then right after that, he had his fight against Razak, did Razak dirty, choked him out to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I kind of posted on social media, about me not getting the bonus and everything of that nature, my man came right underneath my comment section. It was like, told you, Buckley, I was going to steal them that bonus from you. And I'm like, golly, that boy was right. But guess what now? I don't know what it is with Joe Pyfer having a problem with me because now he done stole something else from me. Y'all know what he stole? my main event against Israel Adesanya. And now he is fighting in Seattle, March 28th, which is so awesome, man, just to see him go out there and do his thing. But, man, come on, Joe Pyfer, let me know, bro. What you got against me, man? You not only stole my bonus, but now you're stealing my fight. That's crazy.
Let's talk to him and find out.
See. I like it.
There he is right there, the big guy, American UFC superstar Joe Pyfer. Dana White told all the fighters to go be like him, and Buck was giving us the breakdown. What's up, Joe? How you doing?
What's going on, Mike? What's up, brother?
Chilling, man. Happy to be talking with you. And Buckley was just telling us that you told him you was going to steal that 50K bonus, and then you reminded him on the comments on IG. I told you I was going to get it from you, man. So what does that feel like? Because Buck's a big superstar too, man. He's got some of the big knockout highlights in the UFC. And, you know, you guys are two of the greatest that are in there right now. You got a big fight coming up. How are you feeling with everything?
I'm good, man. I feel good. And, yeah, I remember that. I was fighting Abdullah Hassan. He was running his mouth in the back. And Buckley was back there chatting it up with him. Saying, and Abdul was like, yeah, fuck me, Joe Pyfer. So, you know, I set the record straight that he's powerful, but so am I, and I can fucking box. So it was a good fight. And, yeah, I got the bonus over Buckley. But Buckley's got probably the best KO in UFC history, so props to him.
Hey, and guess what? At the end of the day, like I said, Joe, you a real fighter. And you didn't show no back down, right? When you pulled up, you was like, bro, keep talking, right? But I'm the same type of way. And that's what the energy that I like is to really feel like when people are really authentic about it, you know? And with that being said, now you done stole something else from me, bro. You got the Israel Adesanya fight, right? In Seattle. So tell me, man, how that all came together. And tell me, man, what you got against me, man? Because you know that should have been my fight.
I had no idea you even fucking wanted that fight. But yeah, no, I got offered Paul Costa, and it was right after I got surgery. I got surgery right after my last fight, and on like just like a little cleanup on my elbow. So I got surgery. They offered me Paul Costa for the January 24th card, and I was like, nah, it's too soon. So then they offered it again. I said yes, but I was like, yo, I'm really unsettled about like not fighting. I need to fight. I want to fight, and I don't want to chance this guy like pulling out of fights. He's pulled out of a lot of fights. He's not that active. I don't really feel like if I beat him, it really moves the needle to me getting closer to a title or fighting some big names. So yeah, like a month later, they wound up hitting me back with, you know, how does Pyfer feel about fighting Izzy? And I was like, fucking hey, bro, that's a win-win. It doesn't matter, you know, if I lose. He's one of the best in the world. If I win, I beat one of the best in the world. And I think he was arguably the greatest middleweight of all time. So, you know, I got my work cut out for me, but I know I'm capable of getting the win.
You know, I had something on my notes that kind of made me think, because I'm always trying to train and work out and be stronger and be better. And when you're already good, sometimes the growth is really small and it's hard to notice. And on our notes, it said, you know, I wanted to ask you, is power something fighters are born with? Or, you know, how do you get this great knockout power, you know, in middleweight? Was it because you were born bigger and have more size, or did you train a certain way to get these knockout shots?
I think it's just the intensity of my training, honestly. I don't think, I think everybody's got a certain genetic ability when they're born, but I'm not, you know, everybody says being a big guy. I'm a big guy, but like I was a skinny guy too, you know what I mean? Like I got big over the last like 3 years. And when I say big, like there's still room for growth. I think there's still things I could do better, that I am doing better, that I'm trying to implement. And, I think it's just the intensity in which I train. I think my gym is a very hard-working gym. We've had a lot of guys come across the world, Uzbekistan, Dagestan, you know, Florida, Kilcliff, all these other guys that have come and cross-train. And, you know, they all have the same thing in common, that they've never trained as hard as we do. So, yeah, I just think it's the intensity, bro. I've always been an intense dude. I've always been willing to stand on business when people run their mouth and ready to swing for the fences. So I think I just have a little angry chip to myself, And I think it's the intention when I swing punches is to, I hope I break everything in your face is kind of the way I think. So I don't know. I think that has something to do with it. But, I haven't really put out anybody like Israel Adesanya. I beat the lower class guys, middle class guys. I think a boost was like a middle to upper, but he's got, cardio issues. So I still have a lot to prove in this game. And a guy like Izzy, I can't fight him like I fought Kelvin Gastelum. I can't fight him like I fought anybody else. He moves with purpose. And intention, and I need to stick to my game plan this time instead of, one punch hoping to knock him out. But I will say, if I catch him, I will put him out.
All right. And I love to hear that, right? So when you got Israel Adesanya, coming off a 3-fight losing streak, to Sean Strickland, Duplessis, and now Nafsadine. You got these guys, all three of these guys was hungry, younger, you know what I mean? And just felt like, they had more to gain, right, from a win with Israel Adesanya. And I feel like with all those guys I mentioned, you're even bigger of a massive, not just underdog, but of a person that really wants to fight for something and get to that title, right? So with that being said, do you feel like, that's going to be the major part in this fight? That's going to be Israel's downfall? Or do you really believe that Israel is actually going to come out as the best version of himself, even though that he came on a 3-fight losing streak? Do you think Izzy is really kind of working back and to try to show people how great he is? Or do you think he's kind of getting washed now?
Nah, I don't think he's washed, bro. I mean, 36 isn't that old. I don't think. It's not like he took a ton of damage in his UFC career. He had that real close fight with Kelvin Gastelum, but, and then he had the one fight with Pereira, but, like, he really wasn't, like, getting, like, he's never been, like, one shot knocked out, like, cold, stiff. So I think he's still young. I think he takes care of himself, I hope. And, no, I expect the best version of him. I think the pressure's off of him worrying about a belt or him worrying about what anybody else has got to say. I don't know where he's at in his life. I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to train for the best Israel Adesanya. I don't want to go out there and be made a fool. I don't want to go out there and fucking become a meme. So I want to go out there and cause damage, hurt him, and be the first to finish him in a dominating fashion where it's like, man, he just couldn't hang in there. So we'll see, man. I got a lot of work ahead of me. But whatever one shows up, I'm ready to take him out.
What does his style... what are you expecting from his style? Low calf kicks, keeping his distance, staying at jab range, and using the octagon to spread out space, and anything you can give us on how you plan to stop that.
No, not on how I plan to stop it, but I do understand. Trust me, I recognize his patterns. I've been watching him. Like, when I broke my elbow trying to get in the UFC, he was just fighting Paulo Costa. So I've been watching this man for a long time. I always felt, even from the couch, I was like, man, one day if I ever get the opportunity to fight him, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. So, like, I've been watching this man for a long time. I know there's a difference between seeing somebody fight and being in there with them, presence and aura. But I have a good aura about myself. I think people don't realize, like, how powerful I am until I'm in front of them. He definitely likes to play the outside. Like I said, he moves with purpose. He moves with intention. He's going to want to try to chop my legs, obviously. If I was watching me, I would be like, man, I don't know if this kid corrected getting calf kicked. Abdul calf kicked me. I took him down because the motherfucker broke my shit. And then Jack Hermanson just hit me with jabs, and I got hit in my eyeball. I couldn't see it. I kind of just stayed on my back foot, and I had all kinds of shit going into that. I wasn't there mentally, didn't do my thing, and I got my ass whooped. So I think, he's going to go off of those. And even the Kelvin Gastelum fight, I'm headhunting, trying to be the first one to knock him out, which was stupid. I could have knocked him out if I had just stayed, combinations, pressure. But so there's a lot of good things for Izzy. I should be the underdog. I don't know why I'm not. I think it's a little bit disrespectful, but fuck it. I think people know the potential that I have, and I'm gonna ride this shit, man. Everything else is bullshit. The media is bullshit. These interviews, everything is just fake. So I'm just really gonna be.
Oh, it's real over here. I don't know what that is. It's real over here.
Yeah, you guys know. You guys know. Like, this is all fun and we enjoy it and all.
Yeah.
But like, my job is to silence everything else and go out there and just be a mean motherfucker and put damage on this guy. So
I love that. I love that, brother. So look, I got a quick question, right? Because this is really important. Like, you already know this is a 3-fight losing streak, like we spoke about before. If you really go out there and starts Israel Adesanya, where does that put you now, right?
One fight away from the title.
I love that. So it's already in your head. I knock out Izzy, I'm next, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm next. I think I knock out
Top
Izzy.
contender
I think I get one more. I think they make me fight one more. I don't think you can take it because first of all, I think Khamzat's trying to go
No disrespect.
205.
No disrespect, Joe, right? But if you knock out, like you said, Israel hasn't been knocked out cold.
I can
right?
jump everyone, yeah.
I believe you knock Israel Adesanya out cold, where his eyes behind his head now, right? And he in the sunken place. That's what we like to say. He in the sunken place. I do believe that will put you in a position to fight for a title, you know? Because at the end of the day, you probably still got that Dana White privilege, right?
this fucking guy, dude.
Wait, hold on. So with that being said, right? Because I don't care. That's a good thing. That's not a negative thing.
Yeah.
To be the person that can show up for the company, right, at any given time and put on viral knockouts, right? That's what they want, you know? So with that being said, you know, well, shoot, since we talking about it, do you believe in what I'm saying? Or do you believe guys just got to work a little bit harder, right, to get the boss's attention?
I just think, I think you got to recognize the direction of the sport, right? Like, you've gotten all these knockouts. You're fun, entertaining. Whether people like you, don't like you, you're fun, you're entertaining, and people want to see you fight. It doesn't matter anything that you say. They want to see a knockout. They don't want to see grappling. My teammate Sean Brady, right? Like, he's a phenomenal, one of the best grapplers, I think, in the sport. But, you know, for him to, like, he should have had the title shot after Leon, I thought. But they didn't give it to him, and I think it's more or less like styles make matches and what they, you know, he's got to talk shit. It's not his style. He's very introverted. He's very family man, dedicated to his family, and that's it. That guy's an awesome dude. But me, I don't mind talking shit. I don't mind having beef with people. I don't mind getting into it, you know? Like, when I see you, I'll fucking, let's get it. So I think it's just the style of the sport is evolving into they want knockouts and they don't want as many grapplers. And if you're not going to go out there and try to get knockouts, then they really don't give a fuck to see you fight or give you the opportunities. The reason I'm getting this opportunity is because I go out there, I swing for the fences, I try to knock people into the next realm, and kill or be killed, bro. So I agree with you. I think if I knock out Izzy stone cold, I think I could jump to fight for number one contender or get the title shot for sure.
And I don't mean to cut nobody off. Mike, let me get this one real quick. So with that being said, what you just said, because I loved it, right? Because these knockouts, that's what people want to see. The entertainment style when it comes to talking stuff back and forth. Do you believe that Khamzat, you know what I mean, obviously being a champ, do you see him as a boring champ then?
50-50. 50-50. The reason he's not, I wouldn't say he's boring, but that last fight was fucking boring. But the only thing that didn't make it boring is because he has an aura about him. He's got an intensity. He's a guy that's super intense, super vocal as far as like how he carries himself. Like, he doesn't say much, but he says a lot. You know what I mean? So I think it's just the Chechnyan aura about him, all this other shit. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, cool, bro. Like, my thing is, like, he's an amazing grappler too, but you can't put a guy in 7 crucifixes and not fucking cut his face or like finish the fight, you know? And I'm not talking shit. It's just I'm saying from the UFC's perspective, they're probably like, man, fuck this guy. I don't know, but and now you want to fight Alex Pereira. I don't know if he can make the weight that much. I know Khamzat's a big dude or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to move up. I think Imavov might become the champion. I don't know who wins if Brendan Allen and DDP actually fight. If they make that, it's like either I have to fight the winner of that or I get to fight whoever the champion is. So, and it's just wild to me how you could be a champion and not be able to stuff a takedown, bro. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, man.
So with, there are no American champions currently, and with
USA's up in this bitch now with me. I'm coming.
That's what I'm saying. So you faced a Magomedov and you shut him down. What is the trick to stopping these Dagestani wrestlers?
I actually believe I have a theory. I think it's you have to match their energy the same way they come at. All the Russian guys, they come at you super hot and they try to dictate. And if the second they can't dictate, these motherfuckers break, bro. I'm Team USA. I love all my Russian, my Georgian guys that are on my team. I love them, but I I want to fight all the fucking Russians. I don't give a fuck. I want to fight all the Russians. I feel like they do this like suck their neck back and give you a dirty look shit like you're fucking scared, and I can't stand that shit. So yeah, man, I'm gonna match your energy, and guess what, motherfucker? I got power too. I got wrestling, and you know I may lose, but this is a fight game. It is what it is. I'm willing to put it on the line, and yeah, man, I think you just got to match their intensity, and if you can stop them from having success of getting you down and keeping you down, bro, they fucking fold. Like, I took myself down in that fight like a dumbass, because he actually did a good move with, like, hooking my leg. He, like, reached my leg and then just fucking had higher hips. But, like, I didn't take any damage. I knew I was just going to get up, and I was just going to keep staying in his face, and I knew that would break him because I'd seen him get tired before. And I think everybody had this thing that I would get tired. I do get tired, but, you know, I also fucking only need one.
No, 100%. So. And that's what, and that's crazy. Like you said, if we lose, right? But what's the worst thing can happen? You hug me for 25 minutes, right?
Bro, we're the best fighters in the world. We're fucking blessed to be doing what we do. Like, I'm going to go out there and I want to make a memory. I want to do some wild shit. I want to try to fucking throw as hard as I can and say, fuck it, man. You know, I don't want to get old and realize that fear stopped me from having the performances I think I'm capable of. Yeah. So, fuck it. I'm going to go out there and try and kill your shit.
I earned this back
Let me throw
pain.
something in here.
Earn that back pain. Mac, you jump in there, man. I know you're dying to ask Pyfer some
Well, this
questions.
one, you're just making me kind of think of it. So I've been like really wondering, everyone has, about the White House card, you know? And who the fuck are they going to put on that card? You would be an ideal person. The only other people at middleweight would be that are American. But Brendan Allen like claims to be half Canadian.
Yo, man, I got the perfect matchup. This is a backwards fight. With a win over Izzy. But I would love to fight Joe versus fucking Bo, bro. I will fucking smash that kid, dude. I would love that. And the only reason I'm saying it is because it's American versus American. But, like, it's just a smug fucking turd, bro. I want to like the dude, and I like him. Like, I love that he's USA, but just his attitude of like he's like the rich girl in the neighborhood and I'm the poor guy. Just how he acts, and I don't like that shit. I just don't like it. I don't know. Like, he run his mouth about me, and then I seen him in New York, and then he was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I like called him out for it, and I was like, "Yo, bro, you don't get to talk shit to me and then come up to me and be like, yo, what's up? Like, I have a problem with you. I want to cheer for you." And I said, "If you don't like what I got to say after your next fight, if you win, which you did," I said, "call me the fuck out," and he didn't. So, but I think that would be, if he wins his next fight or whatever it is, I think that would be fun.
At the White House card? So you're saying, like, so if you went out there and you don't get injured against Izzy, you win, you got what, 2.5 months until the White House card? You would take Bo? You'd easily sign off and take him, even though he's lower. What if you got a higher rank fight? Like, what if they said, fuck it, Khamzat? What if they have Khamzat in the chamber for the White House card? Russia,
Khamzat can't come over here. He ain't gonna be able to fight at the White House.
I don't think he's gonna get a visa, but I'm just trying to figure this shit out.
I don't think he should be on that card.
That boy on the terrorist list. He can't come over here.
Bro, as he should be, though, in all fairness. You know,
like, now we can get deep. We can get deep, though.
You can't take pictures with certain people and then be fighting on the White House card, bro. That shit don't work. I don't think so.
Honestly, true that. Yep.
You know what I mean? Now, you get what I'm saying. And then, like,
but I do love that call out that you did. But a lot of fighters not yet again, bro. But you different. A lot of fighters not willing to give another guy an opportunity. But you seeing on how the matchup is, right? That's for the fans. This matchup, what you saying, is for the fans, for the promotion, because you already know that stylistically it's gonna be a banger, right? But do you think he'll take it though? White House on the line?
Fuck no, bro. Hell no. Absolutely not. Like,
I'll take it.
Everybody
Throw
listen.
me on the White House card against Joe Pyfer. I'm getting kicked in my face for America.
Nah, bro. We would make a gentleman's agreement. I'd fight however you want to fight.
All the MMA fighters always boxing me because I get to do bare knuckle boxing. So
yeah, nah, bro. I think another good fight, you know, on the White House card would be me and Sean Strickland. I think that'd be cool. I like Sean Strickland.
That's a good one too. And it makes more sense too. Not gonna lie, that one makes more sense too.
Yeah, I mean, he's higher ranked. He was a champion. Like, I think that would be a great style matchup for me. Yeah, I think it would be cool. But yeah, I mean, look, a win over Izzy gives me whatever I want. I can choose, I think, not choose, but basically put myself in position to elevate my career. And at the end of the day, I'm not chasing the belt. I'm chasing just the memories, man. I don't want to be the guy that's like living in his dream and then forgets, like, fuck, man. That was it. That was the moment I was supposed to enjoy. So I try to enjoy this as much as I can. It's tough sometimes because I want to fucking smash everybody that's always running their mouth in this sport sometimes, bro. But yeah, it is what it is. This is a cool life, man. I'm just blessed to be able to have this opportunity. It could have been anybody else in the top 15, but they chose me.
Sir.
And I think that shows the value I have going into this. So.
All right, that's perfect. And we kind of just spoke about it before, right? And I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with. I agree with you cold-hearted. These Russians are not really built like that, right? They're great fighters, they're great athletes, but mentally, if the fight not going their way, they're going to break, right? They're going to wither away. But can you explain to the folks at home, why are there no American champions right now? Like, what's going on? Like, why do you think it is?
All right, the reason I think it is, and shit, might get canceled. It is what it is, though. I think it's because we have everybody else's religion. We have everybody else's, like, we don't have, like, what I'm saying is, like, we're a melting pot. So the UFC wants to bring all these Russian wrestlers. They want to bring all these guys from China. They're like outsourcing everywhere else. Like, if you look at the Contender Series, there's not that many American guys. I mean, a lot of the Americans are good wrestlers, which I think translates to grappling, but the Russians, they have a whole country behind them, so they have hype. So I just think that it's more people getting opportunities aside from the actual American guys that are here. But, you know, and these guys come over with fucking padded records that are 17-1, 18-0, and they fought fucking crumb cans and fucking, I don't know, fucking Russian sellers or some shit. So I don't know, man. But I think it's also like the fan base you bring in. Like I said, all these guys are building up fan bases. They have one united country that supports their guy. So they get all this buzz, their names everywhere. So they're going to get the opportunity over the guy who has 2,500 followers, who's 8-1, who has 7 knockouts, but nobody knows who the fuck he is. So I think that's kind of why.
It's like expanding to other markets. Exactly.
Yeah, I think
UFC, do I want this guy from US? Oh, US people are already fans here.
Yeah.
We bring in this guy from Azerbaijan, which they've been doing.
Yeah.
Boom, you have a whole country.
Yeah, well, look at Zhang Weili. She was like one of the first Chinese champions, right? And then they opened a PI or whatever it is, and they got that whole fan base now. They got all of China. Then they go. So I think they have strategies with what they do, and I think the Americans were the ones that built it, and now it's kind of they branched out, obviously, all over the place.
Interesting.
And
Are Americans raising their children too soft? These boys in these other countries are being raised harder.
This is one thing I will say. I don't care how it makes people feel. I'm a Christian. If people ask me, that's what I say. I don't really believe in religion too much, but I'm a believer in God. The trans shit, bro, all the crap that's going on in the world, raising soft men, it's just fucking wrong. It's not right. It's not biblical. I'm not with it. Like, and I think that raises soft men. You can't have an environment of that where you're telling men they can be girls and all this other crap and like distorting like kids and pedophilia and all this crap is just fucking wrong. So I think that's what's raising soft men, and there's not enough of the real men that'll say it out there because we're all afraid to get canceled. So it is what it is.
I had a question for you. I had two I really want to ask you. This was one of them. This plays right into it. So sorry, boys. Let me throw this out there. This is for all three of you. Not just are like America too soft. Are MMA fans too fucking soft nowadays?
100%, bro. Everybody acts like they care about each other's feelings, bro. That's not the case. The regular family doesn't give a shit what I go through. They don't care how I emotionally feel. They don't care what bills I have to pay. They don't care. They don't care if I'm hurt. They don't care. Like I lost it, bro. I fought Jack Hermanson with walking pneumonia. I had 2 staph infections on a ton of antibiotics. I trained 2 5-minute rounds for that fight, and I fought my ass off and fought 5 rounds. The MMA community doesn't give a fuck. They don't care. You know what they say? You suck. Fraud check. You're the bomb. All this shit. Like they don't give a fuck, bro. So like, no, the world is fake love on fake social media, and they don't know what it takes. None of those people that run their mouth about me, Buckley, Sean, anybody on my team, Mike fighting Jake Paul, like they have no idea what's going on. They don't know how you feel showing up the fight night, if you got the shits, if you've got the shakes, if you feel like if you didn't sleep, like they don't give a fuck. So it's a bunch of fake love, bro. All these fucking guys are fucking nerds and turds. Fuck them.
Yeah, no matter what you, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, and you know you're in your position because you've been manly enough and strong enough to hold up to everything thus far, and so on and so forth. When it comes to getting in the ring on fight night or going to the gym and training, I can stand in front of someone and they can be throwing their hardest punches at me, and I'm so calm. And you know, if they hit me hard, maybe I'll get mad, but okay, like yeah, now we're gonna turn it up a little bit. And if they're swinging for the fences and I'm just touching too easy, you know, I can keep myself strong-minded that I don't have to let it all out and let it all go against these people who I know haven't done it for 20 years like I have. And, you know, in the position I'm in, like Jeremy Stevens, that little motherfucker was bad dude, bro. He was taking some shots from me. He was hitting me with shit, and I was trying to catch him in the corner or something, anywhere I could. You know, I'm happy to have had the opportunities to put on these shows and have these struggles of taking hits, giving hits, bleeding for this shit. Yes, it's a privilege to have done it, and it's not about whether it paid off through anyone else giving you praise. It's
right.
about what the journey has given you. Like, yeah, my back hurts, but that's strength. Like, you can't hurt my back, because my back, it take a lot. You know what I mean? It take a lot to even do that when I get up in the morning. So I've thought a lot about that. Comments they're always all over the place. You got 100 comments, you got 50 great and 50 against you. And it just kind of makes me smile.
Nah, that's 100%. So just to answer, right, that question, right, for me, you know, I never got my confidence from compliments, right? So ever since I came in the biz, like, people was talking stuff, you know? So I was one of those guys that only had about 2,300 followers, you know, but had some good knockouts and everything of that nature. And, you know, as soon as, you know, I had my fight with Kevin Holland, I got signed. Like, everybody was already telling me I was finna get knocked out before I even went out there, right? And that did happen. I did get knocked out, right? And, you know, instead of, you know, having sorrow about myself or crying about it, guess where we at? Back in the gym, you know what I mean? Back to getting to work. Yeah. But yet again, you don't ever get that love, right, or that appreciation until you win, you know? But at the same time, when you realize all this stuff is fake. So now I've been on both sides where I've been hated and I've been loved. But at the same time, that stuff is not what fuels me, you know? What fuels me is being able to step out into that octagon and, like I said, go out and do what I love to do, because this is what we do every day. We in the gym every day, sweating, sacrificing, you know, missing time out with our family, you know, eating bullshit that we don't want to eat, you know, like, because we got to make a certain weight. So when it's all said and done, we do this for our own ego, right? We do this for our own self-love when we step out there in that octagon. I don't need you to applaud, you know? Shout out to Marty, because I done seen what y'all cheer. You know what I mean? So I don't care about y'all boos. You know what I mean? Type stuff, right? So at the end of the day, I really feel like, you know, there's been a lot of fighters, unfortunately, right, when they see all the comments, you know, in the section, they really feel that way, right, about themselves. And I feel like, man, turn off that little comment section, bro. Like, who cares about what they say? Because they'd never have the balls to even step up, you know what I'm saying, and fight somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you, and that's kind of what I did. I felt really, I was super loved when I got in the UFC, when I finally made it, and then I fought Jack and I lost, and you know, everybody was like, "Kill yourself," this, that, and the other, and it like really hurt my feelings.
That's crazy. No, that's wild. That's
well,
wild.
that was the first time, bro. I get that shit all the time. It's actually really great, especially after Mexico. That shit was even better. But yeah. Shithole is what it is, but I fucking I disassociated from it, and I was like, man, like, I'm giving these people my time, my emotion, and they don't even fucking know it, and I don't even know them for what. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't need to explain myself. It is what it is. Let these people, let the fight community think I fucking suck. Like, it is what it is. I'm just gonna keep going back to the gym and training, and Yeah, but I think the part that sucks about that is then they wonder why the fighters disconnect with the fans and they don't give a fuck about what they say, good or bad. And it's like, well, that's why. You guys you have no mercy. The internet has no mercy. They don't give a fuck if your aunt died, your cat died. They don't give a fuck. And that's fine. It is what it is. I just got to worry about me.
I wasn't going to tack on to the end of this. I'm not trying to take up too much time, but that's an interesting point because MMA fans have access to the athletes like no other sport. Okay, you can't like comment on LeBron James fucking IG post and him respond to you. Nope. MMA, you guys are super accessible.
Have comments turned off if he doesn't follow you or something?
He probably has someone posting for him, dude. But but I mean, like, as MMA fighters, it's interesting you said you got to pull back. Like, at what point do you just stop posting for anybody? You know, like you got in trouble for...
But you have to post for you. You're networking, you're doing business, and you got to keep reminding the world that I can take your punches and you can't take mine.
I be getting them. Well, you better not look, because a lot of them be having like that private page, right? Mm-hmm. If I can see anything, now, Five, you know how I work, nigga. I'm cool with the social media. I'm gonna take jabs at you, right? Even at the fans, you know what I'm saying? But even if you got your profile picture, you got your family in there, I'm on you. I'm on you. Right?
That's why Buck got the
Why you don't post? Why you don't think I posted?
If I got time that day, I'm on your ass, bro.
Yeah, but this is exactly why I don't post nothing about my personal life, my relationship stuff. Like, I don't post none of that because that, to me, like, there was a certain dude I was like, there was a certain dude I was about to crash out on, and I don't know if people saw it.
Don't do that. Say his name.
I ain't gonna say it, but you know, there was a certain dude recently that I was about to crash out on because he said something that I thought crossed the line between fighters, and he's not even in the UFC and he's not a fighter. And I was like, yo, bro, like, you playing with fire, motherfucker. Like, I'll go beyond fighting. Like, you don't say that kind of shit. Like, there's a certain line you cross, motherfucker. I'm gonna take your life from you. Like, you don't do that kind of shit. Like, and
I like that. Hold on. So let's pause, because we chopping up something good right now. So with that being said, what do you feel about the Paddy situation and the Dan Hooker situation, right? Who you think was in the right, who you think was in the wrong? Let me catch you up, right?
Can you catch me up, because I'm not too familiar.
I got you.
Ooh, this one was dirty.
Paddy made a post. It was a random interview, right? But Paddy said this, right? He said, man, Dan Hooker wrestling so bad, he couldn't get a rapist off of his mother, right? That's what he said. Dan Hooker replied, was like, F you, right? You should have been a better mate to your guy, Ricky, R.I.P., right? And Ricky killed himself, committed suicide, right? So that's serious no. Now, a lot of people saying, hey, Dan Hooker went too far, right? That's a dead friend. But I would say also, Paddy kind of started it, and you, yet again, once you cross a certain line, ain't no coming back, right?
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. I think that Paddy got what he deserved. You can't talk about a rapist on someone's mother. You know, that's one of the most tragic things. You know, I think suicide's pretty selfish. Versus someone being raped is a completely different ballgame. So you chose to take your life. She didn't have an option with what happened. So, and I know it's not true, but you know, it's still just like, come on, bro. Like there's a certain way to like joke with people and like take digs at people, and that's just not it. So you know, you can't cry wolf when you started the shit. And I think Paddy crossed the line. So I don't think either of them are right, but I think both of them are. You know, I think
the fan base
Dan Hooker is justified for his response.
That's 100. Because like what you just said right there, like at the end of the day, it's a joke. Even if it's a joke, it's how you joke, right? Why did you bring his mother into it? Now, if he would have just said if Dan Hooker couldn't get a rapist out of him, I don't think nobody would have had a problem, right? I don't think nobody would have had a problem. But because you added his mother in there, who has nothing to do with this situation, right? Yeah. That's why you got the.
That's a little funnier, actually. Dan's wrestling so bad he couldn't fight off a rapist.
Yeah, I think that would have been fine. That would have kind of been comedy.
It would have been funny, and it would have been funny, right?
Yeah, but the reason I think everybody is upset is because everybody again has fake fucking love, talking about like they care about somebody killing themselves. I guarantee most of the people didn't know who he was, didn't give a fuck. It is what it is. And like I said, I've been suicidal in my life, so I don't really have sympathy for people that kill themselves because at the end of the day, I think it's super selfish. Unless you have absolutely nobody, there's a lot of people that love you, care about you, and want you to do well. So you know, you're struggling with that, just think about the people that have put time into you, raised you, loved you, cared for you, and don't be a selfish piece of shit and kill yourself. I think I also think it's ungodly to kill yourself and take your own life. We're gifted life.
Now I'm not gonna pull the strings now. But since we on this topic, right, and you talk about how you've been suicidal before, right, and I got to hear about your past and everything of that nature. That's why, yet again, I'm a fan of you at the end of the day, right? With your upbringing, right, as a child, and you know, being in an abusive household, right? It's so unfortunate as a child, you know, say you got to go home and be fearful, right, of any person, right, especially if it's a parent, you know. So take us through, you know what I'm saying, back then, and has that helped you become a better fighter because of those situations, do you believe?
I think it definitely shaped my mentality to become a better fighter. I don't think it made me a better. I don't know. Maybe it's 50-50, bro, because I think the hardship that I went through gave me the tenacity and the discipline and the strength to endure a lot. And I mean, I trained my ass off. I trained very hard, and I also am a very emotional guy. And fucking like I do everything with a passion. I'm a passionate guy. I'm a passionate person in general about everything I do, and I think that's a result of my childhood. I try not to take things for granted. I try to appreciate everything, even the house I live in, the things I have now that I didn't have, like being almost homeless before there, where Dana paid my bills.
Yeah.
And,
I wasn't gonna say
that. I know. But yeah, dude, I definitely think it's helped. You know, I don't know necessarily in all the ways that it has, but I think one of them is just the discipline to always take care of my health, take care of my body, my mind, and my soul. And I've always had this crazy thing in my body that's always been like, I'm not meant to be average. I'm meant to do big shit in the world. And I never let go of this dream. And there was many times I could have. There was many times I almost did. And I got the right people around me. And I started realizing, damn, this person loves me. Damn, this person loves me. Damn, this person loves me. And it really got me out of the self-victimization state. And that's what I think being suicidal is feeling sorry for yourself and being a victim and accepting that the world's against you and that's not the case. And yeah, bro. So, yeah, it definitely helped me. I'm a mean motherfucker for it, and I happened to hit very hard somehow. And I was skinny all my life. So, fuck it. I'll take it.
Okay.
I got one for all three of you because you brought up Dana again. Is Dana a nice guy? Okay, we hear all the time as fans. I think he seems like a nice guy. What's that?
I don't have no comment. I think that's not true. I'll give a comment. I think he's been very good to me. I know other people haven't had as pleasant experience, but that's their problem, not mine. This is my boss. This is my job. And yeah, he's not your fault. I've had nothing bad to say. You've never done nothing to me. I don't know anything else about his dirty laundry, and if I do, I ain't saying it.
Fair enough.
I would say this because, you know, I work for the same company, but at the end of the day, Dana is nice to who he's nice to, right? And he's very nice to, you know what I'm saying, the people that he likes, right? And with that being said, you know, you always just want to be on the boss man's good side. That's all I got to say.
Just fight your ass off and stay in your lane.
I mean, any experience
Mike Bear, you can say what the fuck you want, nigga. You don't work for this.
I know. You know, I didn't get too much time with Dana, to be honest. I saw him briefly a couple times here and there.
Bro, I'm sorry to cut you off, Mike. That nigga like Batman, ain't he? You see one, it be gone.
Come in,
you have a whole conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? You talk about that boy be gone.
I made mistakes. Hey, I'm still waiting on my antitrust lawsuit check. I heard that I had one coming. I wasn't going to be like McConnell and be like, nah, I don't want it. You keep it. No, I'll take it. I'm still waiting. Y'all got my address. It should be in transit. So I ain't really tripping. You know, I try to be my own boss these days. And it's always somebody. So Dana doesn't have to be nice or mean to anybody. He's just in control of things, and we should all aspire to be more in control of what's going on around us.
Yeah, I think Dana's in a tough position too because this is business. This isn't friendship. This is business, and I think you as the fighter, you have to understand that this is a business, and if you're not putting people out and making people want to gravitate and watch you, then you're not going to get the opportunities that you're asking for. And if it don't make money, it don't make sense. And Dana's very good at making money, so he doesn't really waste time with things that don't make money, I would say. So, and that's good. I think that's why the UFC is probably the biggest and still is getting bigger. And yeah, the UFC's been great. As long as you're winning, it's great, you know? So it is what it is.
100%. So we talking about big money, right? Big Dana. You know that we signed with Paramount, man. So tell me what your thoughts on now getting this new deal, right? And being on such a massive platform like Paramount Plus, right? Do you think this brings more opportunities for us, or do you think it's just, hey, man, it's the same old, same old?
Yeah, I don't know, man, because I know there's some, you know, the biggest thing about being a champion was, you know, getting a cut of pay-per-view and, like, getting paid, you know? So I don't know, and from what I was hearing, and I don't know how true the sources are, I don't know, but the amount of money that we got was supposed to filter down into the fighters' pay, but I don't know if that's going to happen in the next couple years, honestly, so I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's a great thing for the sport as a whole to grow. I wish they would do away with the Venom deal so we could get our own sponsorships on there. I think that's completely unfair to the fighters. I can't fucking stand the Venom deal. But, you know, and it looked like, bro, I've fucking been in the red corner. I can't wear red fucking shorts unless I identify as another fucking country. It's frustrating. It's like, bro, my favorite color is red, motherfucker. Just give me the fucking shorts. Or I can't get custom shorts with the USA flag, because it's got to take 4 to 6 fucking months to get it approved. It's like, bro, how is this an efficient system? It doesn't. So I don't know. I think Paramount's going to do really well because it makes the consumer a lot cheaper for everybody to want to watch. I think half the people that haven't watched the UFC is because they don't want to pay fucking $70, $80 per pay-per-view. So I think it's good. I think it'll bring us a lot of attention, bring us a lot more fan base, and which will ultimately get us bigger, better deals. And so, yeah, I think it's 50-50, bro. But I'm just hoping it reflects. I haven't talked about my contract yet going into this fight, so I hope it reflects. Okay. And, you know, I get paid, bro. I'm trying to get paid. I don't want to have to work again after I'm done fighting.
Yeah, no, I know that's right. So you don't want to. So UFC, that's a done deal. Like, once you retire from the UFC, you're done. No boxing, no dirty boxing.
No, listen, I would entertain bare knuckle because I don't think that, you know, in my opinion, don't take offense to it, Mike, I think you're the only legitimate, like, bad motherfucker in BKFC. And I've always enjoyed watching your career in MMA. When you walked out to the Raw song, you were singing, I think you're a great character for the sport. I've always been a fan of you. I've always liked you. And but I think the competition is a lot less deep like the UFC. Like, there's not, I couldn't name 5 people, you know. The only guy I know that's in the UFC that I fought that's in BKFC that did well was Lorenzo Hunt. And, you know, he's like an old head, like out there scrapping. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I would entertain that at some point. I don't know about the end of my career, bro. I don't know. I don't really like this. I don't like all the media and shit like that. I kind of hate this fucking sport in a way. I just love to fight.
Man, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have to do none of this stuff? I feel like, hey, look, I feel like this is what I got to do, right? As a fighter, as much as I love to step out in that octagon and show out, I feel like I get more praise when I'm on the mic and when I'm on camera, you know?
Nah, bro, look, listen, like, I didn't like the whole shit when we had the podcast and, like, me and you started having beef, but then when I saw you and the shit was cool, like, I think you're good for, like, the things that you say. Like, I thought it was funny when you said Brady was too big to go down to 155. I thought it was funny.
But you know it's true. Now, you know it's true, but yeah.
Yeah, bro. I didn't support him going to 55, but, like, that's my brother. I love him. And, you know, yeah, I love him. It's that simple. I'm going to support him with whatever he does, and I think he's a great human being, you know? So, but I think you're good at talking. I think you're fun to watch. I think Mike's the same thing. I fucking love hearing you talk shit to Luke Rockhold because I think Luke Rockhold, IQ-wise, is just, like, shot the fuck out. But, yeah, I mean, it's funny shit, bro. So, yeah, I think you're good for the sport, bro. You should be doing the interviews you're doing, Buck.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm going to keep doing it then.
Well, I think I've had success in bare knuckle because I saw myself boxing better than all these MMA fighters that kind of went into boxing, or bare knuckles its own lane. It's also not boxing. It's also its own little entity. And I thought I was going to have success going in. For example, Julian Lane, he worked really hard. He kind of changed some things about himself. He had some things happen to him in life, and then he just kind of dove all into fighting and being a better fighter. And he's not quite as wild, even though he did get the sword cross tattooed on his eye, a real big one. and he won the title, and then he just recently tried to defend that title. They had a banger fight. I think the intensity and the talent is leveling up over in bare knuckle for sure, so that's fun. And then anyone who doesn't want to try the bare knuckle thing, we got Dirty Boxing Championships. We're going live in Houston on January 30th. That's going to be an awesome show, free on YouTube shortly after your fight. So yours is the 24th, right? No,
March 28th.
No, he's March 28th.
March 28th.
March 28th.
Yeah,
fights are back.
My bad. My
Now,
bad.
is
I know
anybody
that we
fun in
got-
Seattle? Because I'm fucking worried about this shit. I heard it's woke as fuck, and I'm not really like.
Oh yeah.
The Kraken play there. You're fighting
they
where
need
the
to take a
Kraken
nap.
play.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. But no, man, you
fought
should have a
Seattle
good time
Buck?
out there.
You fought in Seattle, Buck?
No, I haven't, but I've been to Seattle. That's where
Oh.
my manager is. Shout out to my manager. Yeah.
Seattle might be lit right now though, because you had Mariners go as far as they did, and then now the Seahawks, bro. Like the Kraken's always good too. I don't know. Their sports teams are fucking loud, bro. It might be a good time. I don't think you're gonna have like the people you're thinking about showing up to the UFC fight.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna.
I think you'll be all right.
I might just hide. You know, I might not go outside if that's the case.
Yeah.
Right now, you're in a dark space, bro. You just in a dark room. First off, where you at, bro? I ain't gonna lie. Like, is it blue?
I'm in my house. This is my game room. I got a whole game room. I got like 2 monitors and shit. Like I game all the time. I'm a big gamer. I enjoy that shit. But
What you gaming? What you gaming on? You PC guy?
Arc
Yeah,
Raider.
PC. I've been playing Call of Duty like competitive, like CMGs. It's a website where you like play like competitors and shit like that. Like I'm actually pretty decent at it. And then I just recently started trying to play Arc Raiders because I just seen all the hype about it and it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, I like playing games with my boys and just relax. And I'd rather do that. I don't drink. I don't party. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that. So
There you go. There you go. Are you streaming with the games or no?
Nah, bro, I'll get canceled. Some of the shit I say, I'll get canceled. I do sometimes, but I can't be pissed off that day because I'm kind of one of the people that
It's
like,
gonna come out. It's gonna come out from the heart.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, bro. So, but yo, I'm actually going to. I will say about the BKFC, one of the most fun events that I've been to, and I'm going to the one. They hit me up to come out for the February 7th one, so I'm excited to go see that. It's here in Wells Fargo in Philly, and we need the fucking UFC to bring. You know, a card here, man. We got so many like UFC guys that are fighting out of Philly, like I am, and I think it would be fun.
Well, if you knock out Izzy in March, so I love Izzy, by the way. It's just a what if that the fans love to hear that question. You know, if you knock out Izzy and you tell that to Dana and on the microphone on the cameras, bring the UFC to Philly, we going crazy. You'll be main event at a Philly card probably.
Yeah, I
you
think
on
it's
that fight
possible. Hey, look, I got nothing but respect for Izzy. I think he's a great dude. We've seen each other a bunch of times. And I kind of feel bad, but, like, you know, it is what it is. Like, we got to do what we got to do. This is the fight game. You know what I mean? This isn't the friendship game, so it is what it is. Yeah. I'm going to go after him, and I know he's going to be prepared, and I hope he is prepared. You know, I want to fight the best Israel Adesanya. And in my book, he's the GOAT of this division, so I'm just honored and blessed to have the opportunity, bro. But I'm going to go out there and give it everything I got. I won't get in the way of me trying to get him.
Plenty of time between now and then. I'm sure you're going to be training a lot. But finally, all the fans have been waiting for UFC for 6 weeks. They're finally coming back on January 24th, and that card is right around the corner. We want to do some picks and predictions, and we would love to get your opinion on who do you think is going to win these matchups. Mac, if you can break it down for us.
Got you. First of all, dude, if the Venom deal ever ended, you got to get Always Sunny to sponsor a Fight Milk logo on you, dude.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Always Sunny in
First,
Philadelphia,
the Venom
dude.
deal's not ending. It was Reebok before Venom. Y'all got to get used to that.
Okay, anyway, dude, Joe Pyfer, bro, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's an episode where they do Fight Milk. It involves the UFC, and it has Donald Cerrone and Paul Felder. And I can't believe you haven't ever seen that. Anyway, let's move to the fight.
I've heard of the show. I don't like that little fucker, Danny DeVito, so I won't watch that shit.
Oh, okay. That one's not much about him. It's about these guys. They make a fucking protein shake that makes you shit your pants.
First off, we're not just gonna skip it. What's your problem with DeVito?
Yeah, why do you hate Danny DeVito?
I don't know, bro. He's just like, when you ever have somebody you look at and you just hate them, he just fucking freaks me out, bro.
I mean,
I think
I
it's
guess
I
I
think
get
it's that
that.
fucking meme of him looking like he's fucking as he's the Penguin back in like 1980 something. It's just
Oh,
like,
so it's the Batman movie
Yeah,
that fucked
bro,
you
that
up.
shit
I get
fucking- I
that,
don't
dude.
know.
That shit scared me as a kid.
nah, bro. Yeah, I think it just fucking like his face just annoys
My
the
man
shit
got
out of me.
Okay, I didn't mean for it to tour like this, but
Nah,
dude,
bro,
when he
no,
came
you're
in the
good, you're
second
good, you're
season,
good.
I was like, why?
Yeah,
He's
no.
fucking hilarious. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's
do me a favor. Watch that episode. It'd be funny. All right, here we go. Let's do the top three. Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong, Waldo Cortez, and Derek Lewis. Now, on your podcast, you guys went backwards. You started from the top. I heavily disagree with that. We got to go from bottom up.
Yeah,
so let's go
go
Waldo
bottom up.
Cortez versus Derek Lewis. Whoever wants to go first, let's get all three of your picks.
Man, I heard Derek Lewis is on some peptides that he got from the UFC. I'm waiting to get my blood work done. Apparently, there are some peptides you can take that are not cheating. They are not PEDs. I am.
Did you see him come out today and have to
I'm gonna
resend
check
that?
shit out.
that's not Mike.
Yeah, he had to come out today and make a statement that was not the UFC
Oh,
that
it's
gave
not
him.
the case.
No,
Well,
yeah.
peptides, you can't take any type of peptide
Well,
or you're cheating.
It is, but it's from someone affiliated with the UFC. The
Yeah, I
UFC
wouldn't
did
even
not.
know. I just eat chicken and sweet potato. But anyway, so with this fight, man, it's a toss-up. Cortez has been looking, savage and finishing people off. It's the heavyweight division. Anyone lands first. Derek Lewis has been concrete throughout his UFC career. Come out with big wins. If he has a loss, he never lets someone just totally beat his ass. He's super strong, and I've heard a lot that he's been super focused, but I guess that was all just a plur or a lie. So I think I gotta go with Derek Lewis.
I like that Derek Lewis pick, man. Cortez though, like you say, he on the streak. You know what I mean? And he moving well. He's I don't know how old he is, but he's athletic and he's fast, right? He ain't no punk because he had that eye poke that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And was still able to right after that, right, knock out the dude. So you already know he's gonna be mentally tough. But I don't care how mentally tough you is. Derek Lewis hit you on that chin, you're going out. You're going to sleep. With that being said, man, I really got to rock with Black Beast on this one.
I'm gonna go with Costa. I went with that on my podcast picks too because I think he's the better skilled guy. I think he's a younger guy. He's a pretty big guy, and I just think Derek Lewis is just making bags, and he'll go out there and he'll fight hard. But I think he knows he's never going to be the champion and doesn't really give a fuck about it. So I think Costa truly wants to be a champion. He truly wants to win. I think that's the turnaround mentally that he made as to why he's on the streak that he's on. So I'm going to go with the younger guy. I'm going to go with Waldo.
That's a great guess by Pyfer. I gotta give it to you.
100%. Do you think Costa gonna mix it up then? Do you think it's just
I
gonna be
do.
striking?
You gotta try to get out of the first round.
Yeah, I think he's going to be kickboxing and trying to just survive the first round and keep at bay. And then if the takedown's there, I mean, he definitely could take down Derek Lewis. But Derek Lewis just stands the fuck up. It's pretty funny. So we'll see.
I agree with Joe. I think Waldo's probably gonna win, but it just doesn't feel American at all. So I'm gonna go with Derek Lewis, but don't come back and hate me.
My heart
if Waldo
wants
wins.
Derek Lewis to win, though. I think he's got the best post-fight interviews. He's funny as shit.
Yeah,
He's gonna say something about his wife, but sure.
All right, let's go co-main. Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong.
So yeah, with Sonya Dong and Sean O'Malley, y'all already know Sean O'Malley, he a sniper. You know what I'm saying? When he moves, when he's on his footwork, when he's on his pedal, he's a hard guy to pretty much slow down. And with Sonya Dong, heavy-handed, right? Good pressure. He's gonna be throwing bombs. I can really see Sean O'Malley, you know what I'm saying, kind of, getting his shots off, right? The only way that I can see Sonya Dong really giving Sean O'Malley some problems, he gotta implement that grappling. And right now, seeing Sonya Dong, you know what I mean, and watching his videos, he been working them judo throws, right? That clinch game. And he's really going to have to utilize that within this fight. But I feel like Sonya Dong just one of the ones that, F that, I just want to go to war. So with that being said, man, I'm going for Sean O'Malley for the pick.
I mean, Sean wants to be big time famous again. I mean, he still is. And he goes about everything funny. He's kind of chill. He's not going to let anything, overwhelm his mental game. Song Yadong's a quiet dude and probably smart guy. But I'm going to have to say O'Malley can pick him apart from the outside.
I'm gonna go with Song Yadong. Actually, I really do think that O'Malley's the better pure striker, but I think Song's got crazy explosive speed, and I think he's gonna beat up those legs with calf kicks, and I think they're gonna play a factor. And then I do think that he's the better grappler, and I really just feel like Sean is just not physically strong enough sometimes for certain matchups. So, and Song hits hard as shit, man. He's fast. So I know he's short and he's got like little T-Rex arms, but I think if he busts up them calves, I think if he times the takedowns right, Sean does kind of stand straight up if you pressure him pretty good. And I'm gonna go Song Yadong with a decision win.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley be a little brittle sometimes, don't he? That's crazy.
I mean, bro, it's just he's like in the middle, kind of like Sean. He's like Sean's got like he's fucking jacked. He's got a ton of muscle, but he's not like super tall. And he's like kind of, if there was like a 165 division, 160, he'd be perfect. But I think Sean O'Malley's kind of in that same thing where he's too tall, but he's kind of too lean too. So it's kind of tough. But.
No, that's 100. I like that take.
All right, I'll take. Fuck, man. I don't want to seem like I'm just mirroring Joe's picks, but I'm kind of leaning Song Yadong.
It's all right, brother. I make people feel comfortable. You can come to this side.
All right, bro.
I can't wait to see this card play out now. We're probably going to go 1-1. All of us are going 1-1.
All my picks gonna come right.
I can see either guy winning, to be honest.
Obviously, that's the fight game. These fights are great because any one of these guys could win.
Matter of fact, hey, Pyfer, you want to put a little bet on it? Not no money, because, we can't do that.
O'Malley's
we can't
got titanium in them.
What's the bet?
Hey, let's put some push-ups on it. All
right, let's do it. How much?
I think we had all opposite picks, didn't we?
You went Lewis and you went O'Malley, so yeah.
Yep. All right, let's go. All right.
How many?
We got 100
Just
on
tell
it.
me.
100 push-ups.
All right, hell yeah. 100.
All right, damn, dude, this guy with his fucking chest, dude. That's all you do is chest. That's why you said 100.
Yo, that man, I've been wanting to ask what Buck was talking about when he said he wanted to fight with Izzy, because that was the first I heard of it.
You gotta tell me.
And I'm like, since when are you a UFC middleweight?
I'll tell you after. Let's finish the picks out.
All right, we got one more fight to pick, and then you got to tell us why you going to middleweight.
100%.
Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Paddy's a big favorite. I think he's super famous. I think Gaethje is a wild card and could win, but and Paddy's always fighting people that have just lost a bunch of fights, right? I think Gaethje is no different. I don't know if he won his last or lost his last.
He won
his last one. He's a wild card, and Pimblett is like one of the most famous dudes to come out of the sport. He's like one of the Beatles or something, but he's been vaping. People posted videos about him vaping, which...
But that could be to suppress hunger, bro. We know he's kind of a fatty in between camps. Nicotine could help with hunger. I don't know.
I don't know if it was nicotine or was it some healthy thing.
Okay.
Let's see. Do you vape, Joe?
No, fuck no. I do Alps, Doug.
He said he don't smoke or
Okay. So with this matchup, right, I truly believe it really could go either way, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like it really could go either way. But it all depends on what Justin Gaethje we get, right? Because sometimes he can be so reckless, right? But I feel as if he knows that this is his only shot, right? If
the
he beats
English fans are
this is his only shot to really fight for an official, legitimate title. Because you already know how Justin Gaethje feel about them instruments. You like, man, them shit's trash.
Yep.
Right? Like, that ain't the real belt. So with that being said, I really think we're going to get more of a calculated Justin Gaethje. And if that is the thing, right, Paddy could be in some trouble now. Because he say, look, Scousers don't get knocked out, but he do leave that chin up like this a lot of times, you know.
Check left hook.
But with Paddy though, I do believe like sometimes those streaks that guys be on really do matter, right? Not for the sake of, skill-wise, but just mentality-wise, right? When you've been going through, certain competition, man, and you really just been whooping on guys, right? Like Michael Chandler. He did Michael Chandler dirty. You hear me? I'm talking about for real BTA, belt to ass, right? And you seen the fight that, Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler had. I'm not saying that Michael Chandler had, crazy success, but it was a more competitive, right? Me seeing that from Paddy, right? I'm like, shit, you know what I mean? I'm about to do the same thing to Justin Gaethje. And I do believe that if the fight does get to the ground, because I eventually think it will, I think Paddy is going to get the win. So even with me saying all this, I'm going with Paddy, bro.
Yeah, I think I actually picked Paddy as well. But the reason I'm picking against Gaethje for this one is because if he doesn't have success with his kicks, I don't really think he's going to have that much success with his boxing. I think it's a little I think he's not that hard to game plan for, I would say, but we'll see how the kicks are. I love Justin Gaethje. I would love to see him win because I'd like to see him stick around. But I do think that Paddy's a big 155er. I think he looked great against Michael Chandler, who Gaethje kind of had a war with, and he really dominated him and smashed him. And I think the momentum is a big thing. I agree with the mentality part. He's ultra confident right now. He's beat some big names. He's rebounded since his controversial should have been lost to Jared Gordon. And now I think he really has found himself in the UFC. I think that's a lot of things people overlook is it takes 6 fucking plus fights probably to get really settled in the UFC to, be able to deal with the bugs and all the shit that just it throws at you. And I think Paddy Pimblett's going to be able to probably finish Justin Gaethje, especially in a 5-round fight, if he did the work and wasn't a super fat slob outside of camp.
That's crazy how big he be getting. He's at like 20, 30 pounds. Oh, crazy.
His face looks like a bowling ball. That shit is disgusting. I'm like, bro,
he looks like a completely different person, for real.
Max picking with his heart.
I'm not. I mean, it's partly that.
Yeah.
But the other one, Sean O'Malley and Yadong, it's hard for me to. Dude, this is one I just have a gut feeling. I think Gaethje's gonna get hurt. I think it's gonna be a Gaethje fight. Paddy's shown, it's hard to sit here and have a confident take with 3 fighters sitting here. But nah, man, I think Gaethje's gonna clean him out.
I think he's shit. It don't matter that we fight. Just say what you think. Who cares?
Well, no, I am. I think Justin Gaethje TKOs him within 3. I think it gets messy there for a little while.
I can see it. I think I could see it. If he gets those calf kicks off and he can't move, bro, 100% he'll KO him.
Yeah, but then again, with that said, Paddy winning isn't. But this is the one I'm confident about. I feel like Gaethje's gonna show out for this one. I mean, this is his last hurrah. We'll see. But I'm happy with either way. I mean, for the division, it'd probably be funner if Paddy wins, I'd rather see Paddy. So. It's funner for the division, but I'm going to rock with Gaethje on that one.
I got one more question.
And then I do too. Yeah, go ahead.
So since we talking about it, this fight is for interim. This is not for the actual belt, right?
Yeah.
So, Joe, what are your feelings about that, right? What if there was a situation, just Khamzat, Ramadan, he just unable to fight, right? And the UFC just puts it up like, hey, we got an interim for you, right? Against DDP. Let me just throw a name out there. Against DDP, right? If you get a win over DDP for the interim, do you believe that you're truly a champion, or do you believe you will have to beat Khamzat to really prove that?
You're not a real champion, but you should get champion pay because you took the risk. And, but you're a fake champion. I think Interim Belts is so, stupid. It's like, if you're not the real champion of the division, why does there need to be an interim champion? You should just call it the #1 contender fight. But you're not a champion. But you do deserve to. I think the whole point, maybe not you don't deserve, but I think the whole point of it is you take the risk to lose your spot, fight again to get to the title, but you deserve to get, I think, championship level pay grade because you're headlining, you're fighting for a belt, you should get the pay-per-view points and things like that. But now that that's away, they shouldn't have any more interim champions. I think it's stupid.
Well, they still got it. So, and I like that you said then it should just be for the #1 contender spot. Now they thinking about and they talking about this, right? Since the legit belt, right, undisputed is gold. Why not make the interim belt silver? Do you think that'll kind of change things up and make people look at the interim belt just a little bit different?
They do, don't they?
The color?
100% it'll be different. I think 100% it'll be different. I hope they don't do it. I hope they just do away with it. But if they do it, I think that does make the most sense. But yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Damn,
I think it's
fuck
corny,
that. If
bro. I think it's corny.
take any chance to get a belt fight, you put that fucking title. I don't care who says it's fake. Not really. They put that bitch on me. They really did.
Hey, look, on my mama, because that's me. That motherfucker can be plastic, bitch. I'm
Look,
champ.
I ain't been in the UFC in like 6-7 years. I've been a UFC champion. I'm still a champion right now, damn it. It's not true, but I can believe that about myself so that
As you should, as every fighter should. And it's so sad that some fighters don't. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you as a fighter should always believe that you number one. Even if you got all losses, L's, whatever. If you step in there thinking that you a loser or that you not champ, you shouldn't even be doing this.
They called me with that interim. I'm like, oh, you gonna put a belt on me? Hell yeah, let's go. I'm throwing balls.
All right, but we gotta know. We gotta know. What's the deal with you and Izzy?
So look, so you had your own interaction with Izzy. I had mine, right? And you know me, bro. I'll pull up on folks, right? And just like how I talked to you when we was at the PI, I'm like, boy, where your boy Shine? You know, with no hesitation. You was like, shoot, he over there, right? At the front desk, you know? And I pulled up on Shine. I did the same thing to Izzy, but it's no disrespect. I just want to have a conversation with a lot of folks. I don't come with the negativity, you know what I'm saying? I don't come with, trying to act like I'm trying to fight or brush up on something, because that's a whole different story, right? Yeah. If I feel that type of way. But when I'm really just trying to engage in conversation, you know what I mean? A lot of people just don't like the energy that I got. And I guess he didn't feel that, he felt a certain type of way when I approached him, right? Because I just said, man, like, hey, bro, I wish that I would have stayed at 185, and I wish I did a better job, because I think me and you stylistically would have been a great matchup. That's what I told us that. Like, I'm giving him proud. Like, I think it would have been a great, fight if we would have fought, But you know how dudes feel like, oh, you want to fight me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how a lot of guys take that as disrespect. I only want to fight the best of the best, right? And like you said before, this middleweight champion right here, this guy is going to be seen almost probably above Anderson Silva, you know what I mean? To some people's eyes, not mine, but some people's eyes, right? So you can argue that this guy is a middleweight GOAT. But as soon as I lost my big opportunity fight that I had against Kamaru Usman in Atlanta, he was chirping online. He had something to say, right? And he was laughing about the L that I took, right? And I just felt like that was kind of just weird. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of if I don't mess with you as a fighter, I'm never going to, laugh or downplay, somebody trying to be bigger, right? Or be more successful. You know what I mean? But he used his platform and he used his reach to his fan base to talk shit on me. So I told him, I said, like, hey, bro, we can run it any given time. But yet again, you took my fight, because I feel like, because with Izzy, he said he's not really worried about the belt. So you just want fun matchups. And why not have a fun matchup with your boy Buck, who you been chirping online about, you know what I'm saying? And we can run it. And I've been easy money. But he actually took on a bigger and a harder threat, because you hit way harder than me. But I really do believe that if you use your boxing a little bit, man, you can catch his ass.
Nah, bro. Nah. I don't think that's right on his side. I don't think you should ever laugh at somebody else. Even though I have done it, I'm a hypocrite. I laughed at that ass.
You can do it, but why on the platform?
Yeah, I mean, I did it on a platform, in my case, so Asmat Bakoyev or whatever, the guy that was like 20-2, he's a Russian dude. I have beef with the Russians, I guess. And he made fun of me for pulling out of the fight with Kelvin Gastelum, and he made a video saying, which I never heard this fucking, I had no problem with him, never met him, never had an altercation, never talked about fighting him, it wasn't even in my radar. And he puts up Mucinex thing, he's like, Joey boy, take your medicine. And I was like, funny fuckface. So he went and fought Alex Pereira's dude, and he got fucking tired and he got TKO'd. And I was like, all right, that's what you get, ass Matt.
Let me pause you though,
bro.
That's get back though. But that's get back though. So that's like, because I did the same thing.
I just wanted to be honest if I've done it,
Right. But that's get back. That's different. You just didn't do it out of just straight spite. Like you ain't just do it, but if that moment didn't happen and the dude just took a loss, you like, aha, right? Like you didn't do that, He was saying something about you, he was chirping online, so you chirp back, So yet again, it's all about energy, man, and what you give back. And yet again, I gave Israel positive energy. He came back with negative energy, which yet again spiked me to say what I said, because I don't care what nobody say. I think, because you said they out here woke, these trans community, Izzy part of the community, right? You know, the LGBT.
Well, I don't support it, bro. Like, look, like when I say I have respect for Izzy, I have respect for Izzy for what he's done as a fighter. I don't know him as a person. I know every time I've met him, he's been super cool. I respect him as a champion. I do think he's the GOAT of the middleweight division because he never got popped for steroids. I think MMA has evolved, so I think he's fought the tougher competition. That's my argument for why I think he's the greatest at the division. But at the same time, bro, like I know I'm the best. And that's why I know I have a chance. And like, I know, bro, I know I have the skills, I have the power, I have the physicality, I have the demeanor. It's just fucking staying sharp, staying healthy, honestly, is always my biggest issue. And we're going to serve it justice. This is not going to be an easy. I think them looking at this, I think they think this is going to be an easy fight, in my opinion. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think that's just how my mentality is.
So it's safe to say that you ain't gonna be in the nail salon with Izzy getting French tips before the fight. It's safe to say that.
I don't like the French, bro. I'm Team USA, dog. I don't do none of that shit. I'm not. I'll get a petty. You know what I mean? Sometimes get that shit clean, but that's probably the gayest I've gone in my life. You know.
I used to do that when I was fighting in the octagon, and like after like the second time, I'm like, you know what? I like
Mike. I saw you give yourself a petty. Like,
I like the
on your way to the cage one time.
On the bottom of my feet when I'm fighting people barefoot. I need that rock hard bottom of my foot. I can't be having you shave that fresh new skin on there.
I've done it like 2-3 times with my girl in the last, whatever it's been. So.
Hey man, it's good. It's good stuff. We've all.
But I ain't get no clear coat. You didn't touch my nails. You know what I mean? I got a calf massage.
You ain't color the toes.
Yeah, nah. Don't fucking touch my feet like that. You know? Yeah, but no, I don't know what you're talking about as far as the community, if that's the reason. But yeah, I don't think a man should paint his fingernails. But yeah,
I like that song by Lil Nas X. All I want. What he say? He's like. Somebody to love me or some shit. That shit is.
I just know the cowboy.
Be careful with them lines.
My wife was trying to roast me yesterday. I put that song on. It's a good song, man. Y'all listen to that.
Them songs be having deeper meanings, Mike. So you better be careful.
Yeah. Hey, I got one, but we had in our notes. This applies to all of you because you all have done this to somebody. And Joe, you're always kind of talking about like you have no disrespect towards Izzy, but like you want to fucking hurt people, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been scared when you knock someone out?
Ooh.
Because I mean,
yeah.
Okay, let's hear it. I've seen.
I was a little nervous for 3
Burial?
fights. My very first fight, I knocked a kid out in 17 seconds, and they put him on a neck brace, an oxygen mask, and took him out on a stretcher. And he had a brain hemorrhage and like a brain bleed or something. So he never got cleared to fight again. That one, I didn't know that result until after, but he was down in the cage for at least like 7-8 minutes and he wasn't moving. And like, so that was a little scary. And then I fought this other dude who was a piece of shit, still is a piece of shit, probably hate his guts. But, I knocked him out and he face planted and he took like 7-8 minutes. And then the most recent one that freaked me out was, not freaked me out, but fucking, Marc-Andre Barrios, because of the way he fell, he just kind of fell.
Canadian?
Yeah.
That's the one I call it. Yeah. Uppercutted him to doom while he was shooting a lazy double.
I thought he died. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, Lord, please.
Well, bro, it was just such a clean shot of him completely defenseless. Maybe I wasn't scared, but I felt bad because, I mean, he was already done and I fucking drilled him. But, I mean, when I'm in there, bro, like, if there's no ref, I'm going to keep swinging. So, even if he's out, I'm just keep swinging. So, hopefully that doesn't ever bite me back. One of my teammates...
You know that meme of Marge Simpson doing the uppercut?
Huh?
You know that meme of Marge Simpson doing the uppercut? That was you while he was shooting that double leg, bro.
Yeah, well, I don't think he was shooting a double leg. I hit him in the back of the head, and he, like, kind of collapsed forward, and then I just cut the corner and fucking ripped it. But my teammate killed somebody in the cage. This shit's not... This is why I say, like, people always like, oh, yeah, MMA fighters saying they're going to war. It's like, bro, you could die in there, bro. This shit is not a joke. It's not a game. And, especially when we got somebody that's really trying to hurt you. Like, my teammate Pat Sabatini's in the UFC, and the guy died, and they resuscitated him. He TKO'd him. The guy died in the cage, and he came back. It was, I think it was in CFFC. This shit was crazy, man. But Yeah,
Holy
so
shit.
Yeah,
It's a serious game in this month.
I was in
It
church
is.
the other day, and the CTE was catching me, and I was like fighting the tears, like singing the songs, and I'm like, the fuck, man, I'm getting so weak, dog. What am I about to cry about? I'm like, I'm happy, but like sad shit happens. I don't get it, man.
Wait. Well, what was the song that made you cry, though? That's what I got to know.
I was just in church, bro. So it was like whatever
Oh,
song
hell
they
yeah.
was
Let's
playing.
go.
That's what's up.
You know, I don't know,
Church
but
to do that to you.
I've always been like that, where I get real emotional. One time I suplexed a guy and knocked him out. This was like an early amateur fight. It was my birthday, and I suplexed him and knocked him out in MMA. And I kneeled down in the corner of the cage and was just kind of sitting there. I was getting sad as my people were there. Because they started and they sang me happy birthday. Then I'm on my knees in the corner for 10 minutes. And by the time I made it to the UFC, you know, Jake Ellenberger was asleep for 10 minutes. And I'm in the arena. I wasn't upset at that one. I figured he'd be fine. And as I told Conor McGregor to his face, you know, a friend of mine passed away boxing, training, and he was a savage. I mean, he was a SWAT team member and a police officer, and he was one of the baddest fighters. He went away from it for career for a while, and when he came back, he was training for boxing, and he died. And he had like rushed brain surgery, and we did a GoFundMe, and they do a ruck for Mike now, and I went to it last year, and another one's coming. It's you know, a ruck is like 75-mile walk, and they'll stay out there all night, and they do these 18-mile laps until somebody finishes 75 miles. I did one lap. I had blisters all over my feet. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. You know, you gotta
deep,
do.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
But I try not to think about that. You know, ignorance is bliss. I've always thought, you know, you hear these sayings, no pain, no gain. When you're feeling pain, it's like because your body's getting better, or I just said it, like, I just said it, but, you know, ignorance is bliss. It's like I try to just be tunnel vision on what things I have to do at that moment. And when I was in church, I just couldn't tunnel vision it because I was just focused on the moment. And the moment was like I needed to cry in church, which is pathetic. But it's also like Mike Tyson. Like if I'm sitting in front of you and we about to fight, and I'm fucking crying, bro, because I'm about to fucking hit you with that shit. You know?
100%. Like, look, I don't care what nobody say, real man cry. And if you say you don't cry, like, it's either something mentally wrong with you, you know what I mean? Or
There's
you
definitely
lying.
something wrong with you.
You cry by yourself at night all the time.
Yeah,
I be
you know what I
fighting
mean?
it, though.
Look,
I'll be like,
look. Hey, look, I might be crying, but I'm swinging too, though. We bang.
Buck, when's the last
You know
time
what
you
I'm saying?
cried, Buck?
When the last time?
Yeah.
Not that long ago. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Think about, I actually just lost my godmother, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is a person that was close to my mom at the time, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, broke down because, you know, this was somebody that, you know, I was really so close to, right? At a young age. And when I heard about her passing, my god sister had to call me. And you talking about, I haven't talked to her in some years, bro, because yet again, bro, so much that we sacrifice, so much time, you know what I mean, that passes by because we just locked in, we just so focused. I realized, I'm like, man, I ain't reached out to my godmama in 10 years, man. Wow. In 10 years, bro, right? But she's still been, you know, because, you know, my god sister told me, like, she's still been, you know, looking at all my interviews, just looking at all my fights. But I couldn't even take out the time to reach out to somebody that helped raise me, man, when I was young, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I really had to really kind of just, you know, just have a sit down with myself, bro, and just realize I got to get better at that, right? Because, yet again, bro, at the end of the day, this is just all memories, man, that we get to make, right? And we got the biggest moments when we step into, you know, the octagon. But we can't forget about real life either, you know? So any young fighters that are out there, exactly. Young fighters out there, even if you training as hard as you can always take a moment, man, to realize the people that really care about you and really kind of, yet again, just develop those relationships, right? Because we only have so much time in the world, and you never want to miss out on an opportunity just to check in on somebody, So that's one of the things that, I really got to just realize. I like, no matter how busy I get, I got to make time for my loved ones, man, at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I still got my coach from 10 years old, Samuel Pisa. I still fly him out to my fights. I still got my wrestling coach that took me in and housed me from high school, and many more, man. I got all the same people. That's one thing I've never done is I never forgot the people that helped me get here, because the only reason I'm here is because of them. So it's yeah. Sorry for your loss, bro. And I'm glad that happened to you, though. I'm glad that happened to you, though, because like what you just said is those are real life fucking lessons that matter beyond fighting. Having people that love you and care about you and you can lean on. So it's good shit.
Dang, Joe. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming on today and talking with us, man.
Yeah.
And it sometimes about real life issues, it cuts deep sometimes, and we just keep on working, being stronger every day, and focus on our goals.
Hold on, Paul. I'm sorry, Mike. Yo, cat back there twerking.
Did you see that? That's my little husky, dude.
That.
That's the little husky. She's like 30 pounds. She humps the boy Malamute. He's 145 pounds. Did you see that shit?
And there's a boy too doing that?
No, that's a girl. So the little one, she looks ashamed.
You better name that dog Michael Morales out there twerking and twirling. Twerking and twirling like that.
She's up. It's a dominance thing, dude, because he's so small. He thinks he can make Gokhan feel like a bitch.
Crazy, bro. That shit now that is fucking wild, bro. That is wild. That shit should not be happening, dude.
Hey, I bet Michael Morales like that little Nas X song.
Yo, soft world. This shit used to never be acceptable among men, bro. That shit is crazy, dude.
Well, hold on. Now they said that. Hold on now, but we can't say that though, because this is a culture thing, right? This is the Ecuadorians. They've been doing this for years, right? Like they said this.
Apparently, dude, he doesn't even look ashamed. He's out there having a time of his life.
He been doing it since he was 12. He said he been doing that shit since he was 12 years old. Cross dressing. They got the kids like that and everything, But I would say this though.
I'll clap up for the culture, bro. Super deep culture. That shit is fucking special. Keep that tradition. That shit's nuts.
Bro,
I would say this though.
He putting dresses on, clapping cheeks, and knocking people out.
And knocking dudes out. I was just about to say that.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, I will say in my boy's defense, he had a whole lot of shit where I think they fucked him. He didn't even know he was fighting until 5 p.m. the day of the fight. And I guarantee you Morales didn't get a single word about what was going on with what happened to Sean. So I feel like he was kind of set up.
And like we said, right, the fans don't care. People don't care, right? But I would say this about Sean Brady, and this is on a respectful level, right? I know he was nervous to grapple him. I would have been doing the same thing. I'm like, I ain't finna grapple, but I ain't going for no double legs, dog. I ain't taking him down to the ground, but you got to do that, right? Because I believe Sean Brady.
Like he wanted, he was not afraid to grapple. Sean is not afraid to grapple at all. At all, bro. I promise you that. He is not afraid to grapple. There's something that was going on, bro. There was something that was going on, and they fucked with this dude, and it is what it is, bro. He lives to fight another day. He's got 2 losses. He's one of the best in the world. And I feel like maybe you being next or Bilal or whatever, it is what it is. Just be nice to my man, bro. I love that motherfucker. He's a good man. He's a good family man. He's one of the real men in the world.
For the business, man. Love for the business, baby. That's all it is.
He's lucky to have a friend like you, Joe. And
thank you.
Talking him up on here.
I ride with him,
Well, thanks again for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, bro. And hell yeah. Make sure you guys bet on me and don't fuck this up, Mike. I know you want Izzy to win, but I'm going for him. I'm a fan of yours before Izzy was ever a fan of yours, okay?
No, that's not fair. Both of you guys are incredible warriors. At the end of the day, it's going to come down, you're going to get on the mics and say some fucking silly ass shit. Izzy usually says some funny fucking jokes or some weird shit about someone's dog having sex or something. I don't know. He did that once. He always says something. Y'all are going viral for sure, but no matter what is said, the Warriors going to go out there and battle. So I look forward to seeing that, man. May the best man win. Fuck what a hater got to think. And just put the work in, man. Enjoy the adventure.
I will. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Buck, Platt.
Last thing, be like Pyfer, baby. Be like Pyfer, dog. Do your thing, dog.
I like that,
bro.
yeah.
I'll see you guys.
Cheers, bro. Peace.
Peace, brother.
Oh, there you
Man,
have
that
it,
was a good one
folks.
right there. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
I can't believe you saw my dog.
That Be Like Pyfer came from, that was Dana White. He said, be like Pyfer, be like Joe Pyfer. I mean, you kind of don't get a higher honor than that. Dana White telling you as fighters, be like this guy, because I'm sending him on his way. I'm sure they would love to put him on the White House card. They haven't started about telling us who's going to be on that. All they told us so far was who's maybe not going to be on it.
Well, they did say they was gonna have massive title fights on there, right? But it's hard to.
There's no way it's gonna line up.
None of these guys
It
gonna
can't
be
be 8 title fights. It won't make sense. I don't know. Maybe they make it make sense. Whatever Trump wants.
Right.
80. There's gonna be 5,000 people on the lawn and 80,000 people across the street. Where they gonna find these 80,000 people?
The
They
people
just be
gonna
walking
roll
around
up.
in DC, bro.
People
They just
just
be
gonna
walking
pull
around there
up.
protesting
Yeah,
all the
people
time
just gonna pull
anyway.
up. Yeah.
Bring the protesters. Come on.
I'm gonna
They
watch
watching
at
fights.
home
They're watching
on
fights.
the TV where it's nice and warm. I got snacks. I ain't gotta wait in
Right.
line to use a bathroom and shit.
Right.
Fuck that. People go to places still. I don't want to go where there's 80,000 people waiting in line for the bathroom and snack.
But it's not that though. It's just the experience. This is never going to happen again if it does happen, right?
If I was in DC, I'd show up. Yeah.
You know, so when you got, literally the UFC, and you got fighters walking out from the Oval Office, stepping into the octagon, where you literally fighting on the front lawn of the White House, bro, like everybody gonna want to watch that.
I've been
Everybody
talking
tune in.
on
Even
the-
if you
on the
don't watch
podcast.
MMA, even if you're not like let's say a combat fan, right?
Right.
You gonna watch it. You gonna watch this.
A
100%.
political fan, or I know I've been trying to get on it. I've on so many episodes I've been like, I want on the UFC card. I think me versus Conor McGregor is the fight on there because he was talking shit bare knuckle and he ain't gonna do bare knuckle. So I'm saying it again. Mike Perry versus Conor McGregor at the UFC White House.
Keep shouting it out. Keep shouting it out.
Now they're talking about doing Jorge Conor. Ugh. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not like, dude, I actually like both fighters, but that's not the fight to make.
But look though, Jorge's a fucking legend, dude. He's had
Well, dude, I love Jorge.
Conor
Remember we
McGregor
I
is
love Jorge,
also
but it's not the
a
fight.
fucking legend. Americans don't get the boost that those European guys do, which is what made Conor.
It's
Conor
because we
in the
don't
first
support
place.
each other.
The
We don't.
Irish
We're all
people
we're all
that
split
flew
up.
from Ireland,
Americans
to
don't
Vegas,
support their
and they
guys,
do
bro.
chants and they talk on a mic and they're fucking going crazy with the alcohol and they boost everything Conor does. Masvidal had a big interpretation of things like that. So, I mean, if that's something that they went with, but I know things that the rest of people don't know. And I can't say a fucking thing about it, or it definitely wouldn't
Don't
happen.
tease us. Don't tease us,
Yeah,
Mike.
dude,
Go
come on,
ahead,
stop
bro.
the recording and just drop it, bro.
Everything's a tease to me because I gotta listen to it all come out, and then something happens, something else comes out. So at least we got, Jake Paul fought Anthony Joshua, and Joshua survived a horrible car crash. Jake got beat up, and What about that? You think Jake's going to come back and fight again after his jaw got broken so badly? He's been talking on podcasts. He has a little bit of a different speech impediment going on.
Well, it can't be fixed yet. It can't be,
Why would you fight again if you made $100 million?
Because you don't fight Anthony. Don't go take Deontay Wilder now.
Here, this is my opinion, right? But
He
first
said he
off,
want to fight the best, and I'm like,
has
I want
to
to
be-
fight trash cans.
Right, but this is legit. First off, like he has to be medically cleared in the first place. Because if they wire his jaw, I don't think he's gonna be able to be cleared to even box. I don't care how much money they got on the line. Right, commission's not gonna allow him to.
Dude, it's weird though.
It's
I've seen-
always money, bro.
Well, I seen a dude.
It's
There was a dude in
always
Karate
money.
Combat who literally had his So do you think of Cyborg Santos, who got this cracked by MVP?
Yeah.
He's never fighting again.
Right.
I don't think he ever did. But there was a guy in Karate Combat who had like a full-on breach through his skull. They had to repatch it and put steel on there. 2 years later, 3 years later, I don't remember, he fought for the title in Dominican Republic and won. And everyone was mad that, like, why would you let this guy fight? He took shots and he won. See, he got... Maybe it's just because it was in the Dominican Republic. I don't know. But you can get cleared to fight with, like, massive...
All right. Well, look. So with that being said, I don't think he's coming back to boxing. I think he's done everything that he needed to do within the boxing ranking. Right. We're fighting. You know, Jackson, Nate Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name. What's his name?
Nate
Basketball
Robinson.
player. Nate Robinson. Thank you. My bad. Nate Robinson. Right. And then going ahead and fighting Ben Askren. You know, and then beating our MMA legends. Right, from Tyrone Woodley, Anderson Silva, even Diaz, and then he finally started to get some legitimate boxers. Right, from Fury, and now you know Anthony Joshua. Right, which yet again he lost both to the legitimate boxers. So we can already say that this is not his realm, right, in the boxing world. But I can see him kind of transition over, which he already spoke about, is into MMA, right? I could definitely see him kind of transitioning over to mixed martial arts. And if he's going to do anything, he's going to do something massive, and he might just come over here into the UFC. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't think that's far off.
I don't think the UFC and Dana White and him are ever going to come to terms on something for Jake to do.
But the thing about Dana, though, regardless about the money part, he always wants to see somebody get knocked out. That's one thing about Dana. He loves somebody getting spunked around. And if he doesn't really believe that Jake Paul is like that, then he's going to set him up against somebody that could possibly knock him out. You know, I'm not going to put my hand in the case, but, you know, I'm sure it's be somebody that Dana White can get Jake Paul to, you know, fight. For sure.
Well, let me run it back at the White House with Jake, because I did toss him on his head and tried to punch him while he was on the ground in our boxing match.
That's a realistic fight, though. I don't know about the Conor. Conor ain't coming back, period. But that's a realistic fight to try to get Jake to.
Conor ain't coming back, period. What do you mean? He's been talking about the White House card, too.
Well,
he been talking for 5 years.
You who brought up a good point. Dude, the PvP points are dead. So now he can't. His contract's like null and void, according to Conor. Conor don't think he's going to come back unless he restructures the contract.
People say that's good news for me in bare knuckle. That the Conor fight could actually happen in bare knuckle.
I don't think Conor would ever take you in bare knuckle.
Promoting with us.
Not at all.
I don't think anyone wants to anymore, Mike. Like you're too good at it. Where it's like people now, it's like, dude, the Rockhold one was a huge one where it's like, dude, Jesus Christ. He
knocked Buddy tooth out.
Yeah, dude. Then Jeremy Stevens goes to the grinder. Like, he was up in that bitch, fucking throwing down, looking good.
Don't forget MVP.
Had Buddy looking different. Too. I know. Like, bro, Mike, no one wants to come fight you in BKFC, bro. You paint yourself into a corner.
Okay, well, they got to pay. I want to fight CM Punk. They got to pay me to fight somebody. And
now you're just trying to catch a body. That's crazy. Now you're trying to catch a body. Why?
They gotta pay me to fight somebody, damn it.
I'll find you somebody.
So eventually it'll happen. But what's your news looking like? You May, June?
I mean, I would love. Well, let's talk about it, right? You know, I would love to be on a White House card myself. I'm an American, you know, and I agree with everything that Joe Pyfer has said, right? Especially when you talk about these Russians, you know, like they really not built like that. They great grapplers and all that, great guys to, you know, put you on the ground for a minute, you know, or possibly get a sub. But at the end of the day, I really feel like that clout that they get about how savage that they are or how aggressive they are, they ain't built like that, you know, because I done fought, you know, the Russians already. I done fought a guy from Chechnya, you know, and Albert Durayev, and I wrecked him, right? And I fought Nasruddin back in the day at 185. You know, I lost that fight, but I started to break him. If the fight went 5 rounds, I know that I would have won. So with all that being said, it's just like I really want to prove to the American fan base, like, them Russians ain't like that. Because every time we tell the fans that, hey, man, I'm going up against one of the Russians, they be, oh, God, oh, no, be careful. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Them guys
that's definitely a great one, to be honest, for the White House card is used versus Shavkat.
That'd be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. Oof. But obviously, yet again, Shavkat has not been very vocal ever since the Black Boy comment. So I thought this is good money right here. And the sad part about it is just like, even if people don't believe I deserve to fight for that ranking, that's not what it's about. It's about making the most and fun, entertaining fights. And at the end of the day, people know how I get down, right? And with Shavkat only having one decision. Only one decision win, and all of them then came by finish. Like, this would be the biggest fight between me and him. I don't care what nobody say. Like, let's run it at the White House. Let's go.
People might say Shavkat deserves a high. Dude got hurt. He fell down. We all know from watching Buckley. Buckley is a threat to everybody on the fucking roster any given night. This dude goes out there. I would love that fight, actually, to be honest. And I'm not even just glazing because you're here.
Well, let's see
that
what
would be a sick fight for the White House.
Please leave a comment after you hit that subscribe button and tell us who you guys want to see build that card. I know it's been all over the internet, all the comments. We want to see the most incredible UFC White House card possible. You know, don't hesitate to throw your boy on there against someone. You know what I'm saying? So I think Shavkat versus Buckley's a huge fight. Maybe we're making waves here at Overdogs Podcast, and we're making a way. So UFC is back in play, and that's all we have for today. Bars, dog.
Appreciate you guys. Make sure you slam that subscribe button, comment, talk shit, send praise. We don't give a fuck. Say what's up. Throw us a subscribe. Follow us on socials. Buckley, we love having you here, brother.
I appreciate you for being here, man. But y'all already know who running them numbers up. Overdogs. Let's get it.